Welcome, 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 hustlers. I know right now you are asking yourself, how on earth can I get the funding, the resources, the network, the connections in order for me to follow my dreams? And I know what that feels like because I have done it for many years. I've asked myself that question so many times, and I'm getting to the point where I'm answering that. All right. I am helping people just like me, just like you, figure out ways to get the resources that they need in order for them to follow their dreams, right? Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to go after the hustle. But now it's time to learn how on earth do we win more opportunities. All right. This live happens usually every day, but we are live right now. YouTube, Instagram, what is YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. Yeah, I'm on a few platforms. What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What are you building? Today we are going to be focusing on, by the way, getting money for small businesses. The focus today is going to be getting money for small businesses. So I'm interested to see whether or not I do things in terms of tech, or I focus on people who have like, things like maybe in trade or something like that. Who knows? But I want to find at least $1 million worth of funding on this call right now. Okay. So that is my goal. So if you are coming in here into the chat, please drop in here. What do you do? How'd you find me? What you building? You know what I mean? And I know I got a lot of people who support me from all over the world. So, also let me know what time it is because it's daylight here. I be talking to folks and they be like, "Oh yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning where I'm at." I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy. You about to listen to me before unconsciousness? That's a choice." Uh, all right. I gotta add the link to my app. If you don't already know, I have an app. It's called Win Grants. Glad I found your page. Oh, welcome. I'm glad you found it too. Glad the discovery is occurring. Okay. If anyone is new to my social media page, my name is Queena. I am a full-time artist, and in order for me to be able to sustain my career as an artist, I was focusing on getting grants. And it was through the process of getting my first grant that I realized that I was like, wait, hold up. If I know how to tell my story effectively, if I know how to pitch myself, I could start winning a lot of these opportunities, and I did. So I went for everything I could find: pitch competitions, accelerators, incubators, fellowships, residencies. I learned all of the names and started applying myself to all of them. And over the last 7 years of being self employed, I've been able to get over $350,000 in funding. That number is definitely bigger now. I just keep saying it because it's a rounded number, but I should probably think about what it is now. I've been able to fund my own arts program, travel the world, and I'm not famous, you know what I'm saying? But I think there's a benefit there. I feel like there are people who like, yo, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be da da da. I just want to be able to make enough to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? I want to pay my rent. I want to travel. I want to create. I want to just like, be a little freedom. Because to be honest with you, I realized that I was the kind of artist that I don't want to be booked and busy. I don't know about y'all, but even as an entrepreneur, I don't want to be booked and busy. I don't want my day to be filled with a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to make money so I don't have to work. Is that just me? I might be the only one. But if I'm not, welcome. I just found you today via the algo. Shout out to the algorithm. Working in your advantage. What up, DJ? You know what I'm saying? Did you see the grant that I just posted for music artists? You should go check that out on my page. There's a $10,000 grant for music artists. And the reason why I post grants so much is because I actually have an app. I have an app that helps you find and win opportunities. It takes strategy, right? So if you haven't heard, I have an app called Win Grants, and you can just go onto this app. And this app, what it does, essentially two things. So one, if you just want to find opportunities, it's a grant database. So when you go into the database, there's opportunities for people all over the world, right? You go in there and you can get profiles. You can start learning about whatever funds are available and get the strategy to win, right? The other part of it too is that there's a search bar right here at the top, which means if you find any opportunities and you're like, yo, I really want to apply for this thing, but I don't know what to say. I don't know, whether or not I qualify. You just copy and paste the link. You drop it into here and you click analyze. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what that link was. You click analyze and then it will give you all the strategy you need in order to win. Okay. Oh, so we got some sames. Okay, so I'm not the only person who just want to I'm not the only one who just want to be out. Like, listen, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I think we don't have a conversation enough because I be hearing people say, like, sometimes when I talk to my clients, they'd be like, I just want to get paid to exist. I just want to get paid to exist. And I'd be like, I don't think people realize what it means when you say that. Like, when you turn your creativity into your career, it changes everything you do, how you operate, how you create. And I feel like people don't realize there's no work-life balance, and it doesn't make your creativity enjoyable in the same way, right? But I still enjoy writing, I still enjoy doing things or whatever, but at the same way. Okay, just completed the application. Shout out to you, DJ Lord. That's what I'm talking about. You click submit. There we go. You clicked submit. You don't know how many times I will post a grant or opportunity or something like that. There'll be thousands. I get 200,000 views on the video, and I only get 5 people to apply. I get a handful of people to apply. I don't know, something happens where they look at it and they're like, yo, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's for me. So I'm just like, yo, I'm telling you, click submit. Click submit. All right. So who else we have in here? I do stand-up comedy. You can tell a joke or two. Interesting. I do stand-up comedy. I want to do a 50-day, 50-state tour for veterans. That is very specific and exhausting. How can I get grants to make it happen and pay the vets and myself? Okay, so what would you pay the vets to do, though? Be in the audience? You want to pay yourself. You want somebody to pay you to go around the country and do a tour for people, and they also get paid. So you don't actually sell tickets. Everybody just getting paid. You might have to explain that one to me. Okay, another day, another grant submitted. Hey, okay. What we got here? I'm a graphic designer and been following you for a while. Shout out to you, graphic designer, and following me for a while. Appreciate you for coming on in here. Bet. So listen, I first want to say that if you're hopping into this live or you're watching the replay onto YouTube, I am somebody who definitely has been through so many applications, so many rejections. I've been able to do a lot of things with grants, but I'm very honest about what it takes to actually do it. I get a lot of people who have conversations with me about how they want to get in the grants, how they want to get things funded, and I can give you the sauce. But 99% of the time, people will hear what I say and they'll be like, that is too much work. I'll be honest with you. It's too much work. And I do things to make it easier, which is why I made this app. If you're thinking to yourself, yo, I really want to get into grants, but I feel like it's too difficult, it's too hard, click the link. Join beta access for the app. Because if you're not on the app, then this is step 1. That right there is step 1. If you saying to yourself, yo, I really want to get funded for, or how do I get things? Step 1, join beta. Join beta, because it's 90 days. You'll get access to the app for 90 days, which means every single grant that I find for the next 3 months, okay, you'll be able to constantly keep seeing opportunities and how to win them. It's insane. It's insane. Everybody's like, oh, how do I get beta access? What about business grants? What about them? Talk to me. Veterans who do stand-up as well. Oh, so everybody doing stand-up. That sounds fire. That sounds fire. Shout out to the veterans, and then also shout out to the comedians, because that is a task indeed. I think I'm funny, and my friends be telling me I'm funny. And I told them, I was like, yo, I feel like I could do a comedy set. But it was like, listen, I think you like conversational funny. I don't think you like get up on stage, ha kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I think I could do it. You know what I mean? I probably would have to keep it a short set. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do maybe like a 7-minute set. You know, I can land 2 or 3 solid jokes and do a run back, and then, the audience, I have them asking for more. Yeah, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. Ain't that true? Ain't that true? Okay, so I'm gonna actually be looking at different opportunities right here, right now on live, to see what I can find for business owners. Particularly, I'm gonna be focused on business owners right now. Because I got a lot of things for artists inside the app, but I don't have opportunities for startups and things like that. You know what I mean? I think they be hating too. You know what I'm saying? I do think they be hating. I don't think they be, you know what I'm saying? They want you to stay in your lane. Nah, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I could do it. I could be observational because that's what comedy is. Comedy is when you say something observational and people can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? And there's different types of funny, you know. I think I could, you know, especially the ones that I be seeing. I went to a comedy show in Atlantic City and oh, this is that one might be one that I do. One in Atlantic City, and I was like, oh, yo, this sound fire. There were definitely some people who came up there, and I was like, I could have did something here. I could have freestyled and did something here. I could have freestyled. We got anybody who got a nonprofit in here? Or we got business owners. We got like artists. I feel like I have a lot of artists that follow me. I'm gonna have to start making content to talk to small businesses and things like that. Cause I was like, I feel like I got a lot of artists that follow me. Which, you know, what's up? You already know. Here to here. Here to here. You know, I love seeing my artists who are like, yeah, I want to do this. It's just that when I be talking to artists, I tend to meet a lot of artists who find it difficult to start having like a business side to their art form. And I think that's the thing that I feel like there's a level to learning that side to where it's like, oh yeah, like I do this thing and I want to get paid to do it. But like in order for me to have gotten paid to do my art form, I had to invest a lot of time, energy, and money to do it. So it's like if you're willing to do that, for sure, I can point you in every which direction that I went. I can point you in every which and way direction that I went. But it's just a matter of like, what are you willing to do to make that dream a possibility? You know, what are you willing to do? And the thing is that if you're going for grants, I believe in grants because of how much I've been able to do with them. But it's also the reason why I've been able to win them is because I don't approach grants like how most people approach them. Right? When most people approach a grant, that you're thinking about how do I get this thing funded? Right? You're just like, I want to do something. Somebody else is going to offer me money to do it. How do I get them to do that? And that's not how I approach grants at all. Because if you want somebody to do something for you, you have to speak their language. You have to do the things, you have to like be coming from the direction that they, you know, are like, that's how you get them to say yes. That's how you get them to say yes. It's not through having like a powerful story. Like I had somebody who the whatchamacallit, like I had somebody comment on like a video that I posted recently and they were just like, yo, you know, grants are rigged, it's not real, you know, they be just picking anybody, and I looked at it, I was like, damn, that's so sad. It was such a sad moment because I was just like, you know, this person has clearly had dealt with rejection before because it happens. You get rejected from these opportunities and then now you're like, you feel some type of way that, you know, you're not able to do this thing. And then you put that belief system on somebody else. But here's the thing about it is that they ended up saying in the comments that it was like, yeah, but like we wanted to work with veterans, homeless veterans at that. So they was just like, yeah, but like we had this idea to like work with veterans and all that kind of stuff. And okay, hold on 1 second. My mama calling me. Uh of course this would happen while I'm on live. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna just have to stop this live because this is going to be a conversation. Yeah, hello.